In my opinion, Indian culture is good because it protects everyone in our country from evil eyes, and I think that Indian culture is so good.
Yeah, I oppose your argument because it's not right, because our India can have so many superstitious beliefs that no, that one girl cannot go outside in night times, and no girl should go out and do jobs. Yeah,
Culture doesn't comes from superstitions, right? You shouldn't care only just about superstitions.
how
Culture means everything, like traditional dresses or way of living or food. Everything comes under culture, but only superstitions doesn't come under Indian culture.
how can you say that only tradition like dresses can tell that Indian culture is good? Because there are so many disadvantages there are so many disadvantages for Indian culture. There are inequality, gender discrimination, and there are so many bad things in Indian culture.
See, in my opinion, Indian culture is good in olden days because there are no bad things happen in our olden days. Comparing to today's days, there are many things happening in our society which make people afraid of our country, and they are living to other countries. Indian culture is so good in olden days, and nowadays it changed a lot due to this Western
No,
culture.
Indian culture is not good, because in the past days also there is Sati Sahagamanam, which means the wife is burnt and the ashes are burnt when his husband died. And there are lots of other superstitious beliefs, and the girl the girl should respect his husband. No, the girl shouldn't talk to other person. And there
Do you think having three, four husbands is good, or do you think having two, four people, wives is good? You are
I
saying
said that not talking. I did said that having 4 5 husbands.
See, you said that Sati Sangamanam is wrong. I will agree with that point. After that, we changed that rules and we made some more better Indian culture, right? You shouldn't always compare with Western culture. See, Western culture also has lots and lots of drawbacks which we don't know because we are Indians. We just
I didn't
compare with
compare
them.
Indian culture with Western culture. I just said
You
that.
just said that.
I just told that Indian culture
see,
have so many drawbacks, like they are opposing girl child not to educate, and they are opposing not to go out. They are opposing all the girls to
wait,
sit in homes.
let me say a point.
And
Let
they are
me say a point.
confined to homes. House.
See, let me say a point. Indian culture, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to that golden days like 1600 century or not. In the middle of the centuries, like in 18 or 19, at that time, the culture is good. You can follow that culture. Why you people are always taking about Indian culture? It's about 1600, like.
I didn't say that about 1600. If you take now, the girls are only in house. They are just studying. There is no use of that education. They are just confined to kitchens.
Who said?
Who said? You can see practically the unemployment of girls is increasing. They are just studying, and they are just.
You can see nowadays Indian culture in India. Many girls are CEOs of many companies, and many women are empowered, and they got
Look, excuse me, if 100% of girls are there, only 10% of women are working, and other 90% are confined to house.
That's not the fault of culture. It's the fault of their parents. They should
parents
get educated.
also come under culture, because they
No,
tell them,
see,
right.
how can you say that one person, this person is see, because of culture he is spoiled? You cannot say. If in 100% of girl education, only 2 to 3% of girls are not educated, but other girls are getting educated.
Okay,
right?
educated, but what is the reason behind it? There is no use, right? They are
Who said there is no use?
Yes, there is no use, of course. Of course.
Okay.
Yes, there is no use, because the unemployment rate is increasing. No girl child is studying. If they study also, there is no use. That's what I'm saying.
See, there's a lots of use of girl education in India. See, let's talk about other segments in Indian culture, like the way of living. Indians' way of living is so good. They follow our Ayurvedic medicine system, and they cure each and every each and every disease. Coming to other cultures like Western culture or any other culture, they just use allopathy, and then they doesn't cure the disease for the for completely. They don't cure the disease completely, but in our Indian culture, due to Ayurveda, they can cure the whole disease completely.
How can you say allopathy can't take some? We'll take some diseases like cancer, AIDS, gonorrhea, some other. There are the Ayurvedic medicine doesn't cure that, because only allopathy can cure all that. So many the doctors have so much knowledge, right? Only Ayurvedic. In my case, Ayurvedic is waste.
In allopathy doctors also took the education from the Ayurvedic doctors only. You can't say that they got educated by their own. They didn't create they created their medicines by their own. Everybody got educated from the Indian old Ayurvedic doctors. They didn't create their own medicines.
Okay. Yeah, of course they didn't create, but now the world is running only on allopathy. That means medicines, the top medicines are allopathy, and people get cured only by allopathy. Many big diseases like cancer, AIDS, other TB, all other diseases are cured only by English medicines.
Most of the diseases are the side effects of allopathy, but they are not the side effects of Ayurveda. Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll just remove that medical system. While coming to the equality, there is no equality between girls and boys. All the people are giving more importance to the boys, and girls are degrading.
See, there's equality in Indian culture too. Nowadays, girls and boys are both are getting educated equally. They both are doing jobs equally. You shouldn't degrade Indian culture by that point. Our culture got upgraded than before this.
No, while comparing to Western culture and Indian culture is very low. That means girls are just educating themselves, but they are not going to jobs. Why? What is the use of getting educated?
I will say
there is no use, right? You have to think about that.
I'll say you some examples like we have first woman Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, and then Kiran Bedi, and many more people, many more women empowered many more women are empowered in these days. You shouldn't always think about they are confined to kitchen. It's their choice. It's their choice. It's not the fault of culture.
It's not their choice. It's their husbands or their fathers or somebody else's choice.
Who said to stay in home? They can fight against their parents or husbands, right?
Okay, there are so many things that happen if they fight. The other people will say that there is no decency with she is not a decent girl. She always fight with the parents. She always gets angry. She's an hyperactive girl.
When you want to live independently, you shouldn't care about this.
This
is not the fault of culture.
Yes, this is always the fault of culture, because the parents should learn that, and they should tell their children. They are not educating their children. Then that's the fault of culture, right?
See,
how could you say that?
In our country, we are getting educated by ourselves. We should know everything by ourselves. You should never depend on parents. You should get educated by yourself, and you should do your job. You should argue with your parents for your self-respect or anything.
Nobody is being independent. Up to when we see boys up to 30 years, they're depending on their parents only. If we say girls, up to marriage, they're depending on the parents. After then, they're depending on their husbands. Who is being independent? Tell me. Nobody is independent. They can't live independently. They can't do any job. They can't live their life by their own.
No, it's their choice. It's their choice. So that's why they are confined to the kitchen or house or anything.